Woo! I'm tired. I don't know why I'm tired. That's not a lot of hard work, but all right. I am absolutely in love with this thing. This is fantastic. Let's cue the dolly shot. How's it going, everybody? Josh, KI6NAZ. Thanks so much for clicking on the ham radio crash course again. We left the Go Box in kind of a state of doneness. I went ahead and installed the upper rack and 2 speakers. I also installed a battery, and I did some wire management. So yeah, let's take a look at that whole process. Big mistakes. I mean, it's going to be fine, but these are incredibly difficult to connect the speakers up into the back of the VHF radio. Very, very difficult and frustrating. I have committed one Go Box sin. I am semi-permanently zip tying a battery in here so that we have some portable power to go. I may actually swap this out for a much bigger battery. So far, there's a couple of things that are remain to be done. A lighting solution, something with a gooseneck. I need to 3D print just a bit of a bracket that can hold these 2 coax connectors tighter, because this is kind of wobbly right now, not a good solution. And then that's pretty much going to be it. That's as far as I need to take it. I will be doing something with the back of the shelf here in the future, likely to help with storage. Let's go take this outside and see how we do. All right, let's talk about the wrap up of the Go Box. I just got back from my dad's. We did the live stream over the weekend. I got home and there was actually a brownout in the neighborhood, which is pretty awesome. So I set this up in the backyard, and then immediately after I get everything set up, power came back on. So bummer for me. Anyway, there's 2 controls here, 2 toggles on the sides. That opens up the door. You've seen most of this, but there's been a couple of changes. One, I added the Hella light here. This is just a map light that you would use if you were like a pilot in a small plane or something like that. And it gives enough light, not a lot of light. So you could put this, if you had paper, you could use it that way. I added these USB ports, and they're pass-through. They have USB-A outbound, and I picked up some converters to go from A to B, but I believe my wiring is wrong on those converters. So these aren't currently working. I have one going to the packet communicator, the TNC, and one going to the 7300, but I need to fix this. I think the adapters are wrong, and I need to modify them or get the right adapter. You already saw the USB power converter. This is still one of my favorite parts about this whole thing, particularly making YouTube videos and using cell phones and all that stuff and small laptops. The 4.8 amps is key. That's the clutch of the whole thing. So if you've got the 4.8 amps, you're pretty good. Nothing new else other than that, other than I added the packet communicator, and I've got my small bag here. The small bag contains pretty much just 2 things. It contains the power cord for the power supply if needed, and the 2 hand mics for the radios. So we're gonna take out the ICOM right now. And I'm running solar, so I'm not gonna need the power cable for the AC line right now. I was really hoping that brownout would stick around. This is a workaround, but this is the cable that connects to the back of the 7300. You know, you're never done, right? Once you start doing something, you just find a new thing that you're gonna have to change in the future. So add that to the list. It's always fun to have another thing you can work on. You can come back to it and go, yeah, I've got to fix that. So good. Switch is on. There is a battery connector now on the battery breakout on the other side here. So let's just turn this on. These speakers are doing great. I'm using the MPass 2.0 from Chameleon. Works fine with the 7300. Not a lot of activity I noticed on 20 meters today. Of course, FT8, always activity. All right, let's swing around here and check out the back and you can talk, and we'll talk a little bit more about that whole setup. All right, we're looking at the back. These are the 2 coax lines that go up to the top here. These need to be routed, but they're mostly routed. Connected here, they go up there. I need to change that get that little faceplate together. Okay, so the big routing of cabling. This is the moment you've all been waiting for, right? This is it. In fact, let's zoom into the great sins that I've committed right in here. Yeah, look at that. All you cable management people losing your minds. It's not that bad. It's an 8-port distribution block for the power poles, and literally everything connects to it. I've tried to coil and stow and wrap it up on top and zip tie it out of the way as much as possible. The fan does get plenty of airflow, although it kind of looks like it doesn't, but it does, I promise. Epic power gate is right here. I don't know what's going on here. Let's do that for a second. Suspend. The battery is not... Looks like nothing's... Oh, the battery's on. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Battery's good now. Battery's charging. Solar is charging. I hit that suspend button and fixed it, whatever its issues were. The blue is indicating that it is getting a charge. We do have a solar panel connected right now. It's a 100-watt panel, which is perfectly fine for this tiny little 9-amp-hour battery. Although not too tiny. It's a pretty good battery. Plenty of space up here, so I'm likely going to put more stuff up here because, boy, look at this real estate I've got up top. I could have gone with a smaller unit, but I can't find a gator case that's on wheels with a pull handle that isn't this size. This is the smallest size that I was able to find that had the feature that I wanted, which was the pull handle. A couple of routing issues down here that could be better. I could put a plate over this whole section and just have connections in. That's an option for the future. There's plenty of things you can do. I could also slide this power distribution over a little bit. I could do a couple of things actually to get better airflow, but I was running FT8 digital modes, single sideband at 100 watts in this box, and I never saw the temp go up, and I was using that meter feature on the 7300, so not really a problem. Yeah, I mean, I'll take all your comments in the comment field, obviously. Better cable management, particularly the coax. I'm probably going to have to reroute some stuff. This coax is not really the best stuff. This is basically LMR 400, which is nice cable, but probably overkill in this case. A simple RG8X, RG8U patch cable, less than 3 feet would have been fine. This is all HRO had. I already explained that in the first video. And yeah, this is that connector I was talking about. The front has that USB pass-through with an A connector. I think we've got a crossover problem. So I'm going to need to convert one of the pins appropriately for the USB-B so that I can do the pass-through. That is a problem for future Josh. So other than that, oh, and then here is the little adapter antenna here. There's my little VHF UHF antenna. This one's kind of cool. Check this out. Right here. Yeah, it's not great for putting 50 watts through it, but it says it'll handle up to 100, which seems a little crazy to me, but yeah, there you go. And it's fully flexible. So check that out. That's pretty cool. Very whippish. Whip it good. Anyway. Hey everybody, just want to say thanks again for watching the video. This has been an absolute blast for me to make. I can't wait to get it out in the field and have some fun with it. I think it came out great, and there's plenty of more things I can do to make this even better. I would love your comments. I would love your thoughts in what I can do to improve upon my design here of my Go Box. I'm Josh KI6NAZ. You've been watching the Hammer New Crash Course. Love it if you could give me a thumbs up, and if this is your first time watching, click subscribe, hit that bell for all, and you'll get a notification when I go live, which is every Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and every other Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Ham Nation. I'm Josh KI6NAZ. Take it easy. See ya.